Okay, this is part 3 of nervous system regulation. This is just talking about the solutions. So, to recap, don't assume neurotypicality. Don't assume it in yourself or in others, especially kids. We want to be incorporating all the neurotypes. We want to be open and willing to see whatever we need to see. Next is remove shame and seek compassion in yourself, most of all. It's okay to have different needs than somebody else. It's okay to respond to threat differently. It's okay that some days you're social and some days you're not. It's okay that some days your coping strategies need to switch up because they're not working to keep you in that window of tolerance. Remove shame of what you need. It's okay to need people. It's okay to need things, and seek compassion for yourself. Next is get curious. Get curious about yourself. While you're sitting here right now, think about it. Close your eyes. What do you feel? Do you feel hungry? Do you feel hot? Do you feel like you wish your hands were doing something? Do you feel understimulated by this video so you just want to scroll on? That's okay. Just get curious about what you need and why you need it. Why are you understimulated? Why are you wanting to scroll on? Are you avoiding a task? Are you trying to avoid thoughts or feelings? Get curious about yourself. Then get creative with your solutions. Once again, these are the strategies and the self regulation tools that I wrote down that work best for me. You may have other ones. Let me know. But get creative with your solutions. If there's something that's not working for you anymore because you've done it too much, then move on to something else. For example, say you like to go on walks or you like to exercise, but maybe it's just kind of lost its sparkle for you. Maybe it's time to rest, or maybe instead of making it constant exercise, it needs to look more like play, right? So sometimes we just need to switch things up so that we can help ourselves regulate and maybe increase that need for spontaneity or that need for novelty, right? So, this is the solutions for how to get yourself into a place where you can regulate your nervous system. I want to be honest. The path that it took me to figure out my nervous system regulation needs took nearly a year, because usually there's a point at which you're like, I got it. I understand what I need. And then the seasons change. And then holidays come. People from out of town come into town. You have an engagement that triggers you in a new way. And that's part of where this kind of like learning lessons over and over again starts to happen, where you're circling back on different areas of your life and seeing them from new perspectives, like engaging with people that trigger you, like parents or spouses, but coming from it, instead of blaming them for dysregulating you, you're like, I need a minute. I'm going to regulate myself and take control of how I'm acting and how I'm feeling. That you did something and I got some feelings about it, and I'm going to figure out what those feelings are, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to chat about it. Because if you care about me, you're going to be want to be curious about what that was, why I felt so triggered, and we're going to come up with some solutions on how to handle it in the future. Um, and if they don't care or if they don't change, those are good indicators to start moving them further away from access to your energy. If that's not possible, which sometimes it's not, then you get to create mental separation. They act like a fool, and you get to be like, looks like it's fun over there. Bye. Um, because you can't always do anything about it. Like, that's a you thing. This is a me thing. I'm solid over here. You're a little bit crazy over there. And let's just leave it at that. You don't have to change them. You don't have to school them or teach them, because a lot of times those people don't want to learn, and that's their choice. But you want to be curious about yourself. You want to advocate for your own needs. Just remember that your own needs are not more important than anybody else's needs, right? And so, and also, furthermore, if you're a parent, you might have to put other people's needs in front of your own. like a child, um, and there's discrepancies there as far as to what degree and what age, blah 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 blah. That's for you guys to figure out. But that's just what you need to know in order to help smooth things out inside of you, so that at the end of the day you're not finding yourself agitated and yelling at people. The idea is that we can get through an entire day where, when we feel ourselves getting elevated, we can make those corrections to bring ourselves back into balance. And that we don't ignore those signals to a point that the next thing that happens sends us into dysregulation and we're now starting to have a meltdown or a shutdown, right? We want to be able to keep ourselves level, and that takes time and that takes practice. So you have to practice, and practice also means practicing in the comfort of your home as well as out there in the world, engaging with people, engaging with the public, engaging in your job, and testing yourself, building that muscle of regulation inside yourself where somebody can be elevated and agitated and in a panic, and that you can stay calm and you can stay level inside yourself. That you may feel that energy, but you're like, that's not mine. Mine is okay. I'm going to put theirs kind of aside. I'm going to be aware of it. Because, like, for me, I'm super empathetic. I really feel people's feelings. And so it's very hard for me to differentiate their feelings from my feelings. And so for me, I have to literally imagine it as like something that's adjacent to my heart, because it feels so close to me. So, whatever works for you. And sometimes, like I mentioned in other videos, sometimes medication is necessary in order for you to rewrite those neural pathways until you can do it yourself, until you can see differently. Like, if you find that you are constantly seeking validation somewhere else, that may be because that your brain was trained from a young age that that's how you get dopamine, that's how you get oxytocin. And so maybe you need medication that helps facilitate those neural reuptakes, um, so that they're not reabsorbing that kind of happy chemicals inside your brain, and you actually get to feel those things. And then when it's coming from within, you're no longer looking for it without, right? And so sometimes it's a forever thing, sometimes it's just training wheels. But the idea is, don't feel like it's a failure. Just do what you got to do so that you can function. Remember that we are just animals functioning in this very high intensity environment that's asking us to do things in a very non-cyclical way, 9 to 5 every single day, regardless if it's rain, shine, winter, your mom just died, whatever. Like, this world is extremely strict on our little animal bodies, and unfortunately we just have to kind of figure it out. We don't get to just opt out without living in the woods somewhere, which I know we all fantasize about, but that's not realistic. Like, we like having neighbors, we like having electricity and toilets that flush. So we have to figure out a way to regulate our nervous system in this current world, in this current society, in our lives. And then from there, we can calm ourselves down and start inviting in good things, right? Like, for a whole year, my nervous system regulation was all that I could do. It was all that I could think about, is trying to keep myself level. Now it comes naturally. I can just kind of like move throughout my day without having to think so much, because now I've got some habits in place. Now I've got the people around me trained to understand that when I say I need a minute, I fucking need a minute, right? Like, and that it's going to be in everyone's best interest if I take care of myself. Okay. So, best of luck to you. Please message me if you have any questions. And also let me know if you have anything that you think really works for you. I'd love to hear it. All right. Good luck, everybody.